This video is a little bit different in that it's actually sort of advertisement for selling my box truck. So if you're not interested in buying it or know somebody who's interested, this is probably a pretty boring video and not for you. Just go ahead and skip it. Go on to the other videos that are far more interesting and more like a vlog video. This one's not, so you probably want to skip it. Those of you following my vlog in the last couple of episodes know that I've found a snap-on tool truck, a step van that I'm really interested in, and as a result I've put an offer on it and a deposit and going to pick up that looks like it's going to be just about 3 or 4 days from now. So I need to sell this wonderful box truck, which I really adore and have grown attached to, but just won't quite work for me given my height and that I want to do a waste vegetable oil conversion. So I'm going to do a little tour of the truck here and show you what I'm selling. So let me tell you a little bit about my box truck here. This is a 2000 GMC Savannah 3500. I believe it's a 1-ton. It has 2 wheels on the front, and then there's a rear axle dually, so it has 4 wheels on the back. Speaking of wheels, I did an alignment on the front and replaced some round donut shaped rubber rings. I forget what they're called, but they did that with the alignment so that everything drives true, and then replaced the front 2 tires. So those are new two tires here, and I did a rotation and balance all the way around so it drives really smooth, really nice. It has a roof rack on top up here, and there's a full deck up there. It has diamond plating across in the area of the roof rack, so if you need to walk up there, you can. What I really like about this is that it has the barn doors that open all the way up, and they attach to the side with these little latches here. So those little latches will attach to this little bracket, which is really, really nice. Now, if you just want to pull up to a park and open both doors, just swing them all the way open and latch them on the sides. I probably can't quite do this with one hand here. This is a 2-hand operation. Yep, I got it. So anyway, that's the way it latches there. This was used, I guess, for some sort of testing before, so it has these cool little flaps here with access points. There's one on this side. I believe there was originally a generator here with a little door. It now has a wood panel in this space that could be removed. I thought it would be cool to put a barbecue grill there, so you just sort of make a fold-out door, put the barbecue on it so you could cook. I sealed the roof. I'll link the video there where I got up on top. I think I've got all of the leaks handled inside. It was leaking right along this front edge on the other side. Alright, so I believe this is about a 7-foot ceiling here on the top. It has 2 access holes that have now been covered where it originally had air conditioning up here. So these, you could probably just open up the vents. It has like a metal plate on top that's been sealed around with some sort of roofing caulk or something like that. So you just have to open that up and you can put vent fans or an AC or something like that in here. I put these little caps on these. These are the back side of those plugs that you saw. So you get 3 on the driver's side and 1 on the passenger side. I sort of like these. They're sort of funky. I think they give it a sort of a commercial feel. Whoops, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. It has an actual light up here, and the light, there's a switch by the back door. There's a switch here. Switch the light on, and you can see it's wired into the battery in the front of the vehicle. So that's really nice. And there's a second switch right to the left of the steering wheel in the driver's cab. So that's pretty cool. It has a pass-through door here, which is really nice. If you shove really hard on this door, it connects at this point down here, and that allows it to lock when you're driving, either lock in a closed position or lock in an open position. Either way, you just do that by pushing it with a good amount of force. Has the attic area up here. Has a little tube here that you can use for tools, like yard tools or something else like that if you want to just store them there. All right. So getting in the driver's cab here. It's a little bit too short for me, but I think for most people it'd work really well. So most people aren't 6'6". It starts right up. This is going to be a cold start. So that's a cold start. That's what you expect. After it's warmed up a little bit, it starts just like that every time. Close the door here. Alright, so runs really, really great. Here's the dash. You can see the controls. I don't have my seatbelt on. The green light there is the driving lights. You can see it's 134,427 miles. AC works great. There's the AC. Kicking out cold air. That's good. Click it over to heat here. Heat works great. So everything's good there. The radio unit, it has power, but I think the radio, the antenna, I think is disconnected between here and there. It just has like static. So here, turn it on. I mean, that's just static, so you can tell the speakers are okay and the amplifier is okay, but it's not pulling any stations, and this is the generic unit here. I did buy a manual for it, so here's a repair manual, Chilton, and all of the documents for the repairs that I've done are down here. So far I put in full oil change, full transmission, fluid and filters, new oil filter, alignment. I've pretty much done everything to it that I could think of mechanically. I did replace the windshield wiper motor, so that's new and working great now. New windshield wiper blades, 2 front tires, and the alignment I mentioned, little rubber things, so should be good to go there. I don't think that it needs any mechanical work at this time. The one thing I was going to do next is probably replace the spark plugs, because I don't know when that's been done last, just a general tune-up. So that's probably the next thing to do. I'll see if it sells. If it doesn't sell in the next week or two, then I'll probably end up pulling that out, but I just didn't want to go to the effort given I just had surgery and everything else. So anyway, that's it here in the cab. It's really good condition. I don't see any cracks on the dashboard. One tiny little crack down there. But other than that, looks really great. There's 2 little micro craters in the windshield. Here's one here. You can see it's smaller than my fingernail. And where is this second one? Down here. It's so small you can almost not even see that one. So everything's good there. It does not have power windows. It's all manual control. There's no remote keyless entry, so you've got to do this old school with the locks here or a key. So there is that to keep in mind. Here's a little handle. Open and close the door. Upholstery is great condition. There's one little tear here. And on the passenger side, there's some just tiny little tears on the passenger side. But other than that, really good condition for a 2000, I think. Seems like a really good box van for somebody that wants to drive around town and do deliveries, or somebody like myself that wants to make a urban stealth camper and wants to convert this into a tiny house with a little attic space maybe for sleeping and kitchen and social space for the rest of it. I think it's a really good platform for that. If you know somebody interested in it, then have them contact me. I'll put a link to the Craigslist ad down below. Or if I sell it, I'll just put sold down there so that you'll know that it's sold.